Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am bringing you a Disney park update today. My original intention had not been to post one until the beginning of April. However, due to there being a lot going on in the parks right now and finding out some information today about something that could potentially be very exciting in the long run, I have decided to go ahead and post this update. I have over 2 pages in a Word document of things to talk to you guys about. So, let's begin. First things first is that there are a few pieces of information that are informative, that will help you out if you're traveling to the parks in the next couple of months. The first being that the Blizzard Beach bus route has changed. You used to be able to take the bus from Epcot to Disney's Coronado Springs Resort and get to Blizzard Beach and Winter Summerland from that avenue. However, you now have to travel from Epcot to Animal Kingdom and then on to Blizzard Beach by hopping onto the Blizzard Beach bus in order to get there. Starting on March the 13th, you can find grab-and-go items during your evening extra magic hours at Epcot at the Sunshine Seasons. These grab-and-go items include things such as snacks, beverages, bakery items. It's not full quick service. If you'd like full quick service, you could go to the Electric Umbrella, which to my knowledge is open during evening extra magic hours. 2 notes for any people that may be annual pass holders. You are being invited to a shopping experience. It is held at Walt Disney World at Disney Springs in the World of Disney store on the first Saturday of each month from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. You have a first look at merchandise, you get some potential for cool exclusive souvenirs, and you do have to register for this event. You'll have to look in your email for a specific email from Walt Disney World asking you to follow a link to register for it. I know that the first event was completely booked because it is limited space, but you should be able to get in for the future. The other note for annual pass holders is that you are now able to embroider the annual pass holder logo, the AP with the Mickey ears, on any item that can be embroidered at any store that does embroidery. I believe that this includes Elias & Co. at Disney's California Adventure, the Mad Hatter at Disneyland, and the World of Disney store in Disney Springs. If you will be traveling to Walt Disney World in the next couple of months, you should try really hard to spend some extra time at Animal Kingdom. There is a new hippo. A baby hippo named Augustus was born. It's the first hippo in 13 years to be born in the Animal Kingdom, and his mother is Tuma. He can be seen during the Kilimanjaro safaris. However, you will have to ride it probably a couple of times in order to guarantee that you will see him, because with him being a baby, he will be spending some quality time with his mother away from the hubbub of the safari as well. For anyone who is a major Star Wars fan, I have 2 announcements that regard Star Wars specifically. The first being that new images of the new Star Wars resort were put out to the public on the Disney Parks blog. If you're interested, you can go to their blog, which is actually just on Disney's website, and you can see those images for yourself. The second note being that the Star Wars Galactic Nights will be at Disney's Hollywood Studios on May the 27th. Tickets are already on sale, but please bear in mind that they are limited, so if you are planning to go, you need to get your tickets right away. It is a 1-night event only. It will run from 7 p.m. to midnight, and like I said, it's at Disney's Hollywood Studios. It will celebrate the entire Star Wars saga and have several event offerings. The first being that there will be cool projections all around the park that basically take you from Disney's Hollywood Studios into the Star Wars galaxy. There will be character encounters, exclusive food and beverages, special photo ops, and then some of the current Star Wars entertainment that's there will be debuting new enhancements. And then, of course, you can enjoy park attractions. However, only select attractions will be open, but some may have a special Star Wars twist for the night of the event. If you are one of those people who would prefer to book your trip around a festival, either specifically during a festival so you can enjoy it, or you would rather not deal with the crowds from a festival, so instead you want to make sure you don't run into one, there are 2 festivals and 1 pretty cool event going on right now at the Disney parks. The first being at Epcot at Walt Disney World, and it is, of course, the Flower and Garden Festival. This happens every year, and it has been going on for quite some time now. It runs from February 28th to May 28th, so it is a very long festival. However, you can see some of the coolest gardenscapes. Basically, it's just really cool landscaping, topiaries, really cool setups. I mean, I have never been to Disney World when they have not had the Flower and Garden Festival, and so I don't think I would know what to think of Epcot without all of that going on. But one thing specifically that's cool about that is that the PhotoPass photographers have added some new magic shots this year to go along with the festival. One includes that cute little orange bird that everybody loves. Then, of course, they have pixie dust. They have some other cool garden-related ones. And they have the cool frame that you can stand with at the front of the park. But you should definitely, if you're going to be at the park and you have the memory maker, you should find a PhotoPass photographer and make sure that you get some of the magic shots. The magic shots were some of my favorites from some of our trips. The next is the Food and Wine Festival, and it's at Disney's California Adventure, running right now from March 2nd through April the 12th. There are a ton of new souvenirs for you this year. Some are for annual pass holders specifically, but then they have everything from collectible pens, glasses, and t-shirts for you to grab. The last cool event that is going on right now is starting March 16th, and it runs through April 1st, and it's called the Eggstravaganza. It is at Disneyland in Disney's California Adventure, downtown Disney, and of course at Disneyland itself. You can pick up a map and stickers for $5.99 at select locations. And basically what you do is you're searching for hidden eggs that are related to characters from Disney and Pixar, and you mark your discoveries on the map with your stickers, and then you turn your map in, whether it's completed or not, and you can get a special prize. You turn your map in at Elias & Co. at Disney's California Adventure, Disney Showcase in Disneyland, and World of Disney in downtown Disney. There will be a light remodel of a building going on in Epcot. This building is Epcot's Odyssey. It sits between Test Track and the Mexico Pavilion, and it will be undergoing a light remodel because it's going to become a flex-use building, according to a Disney official. A flex-use building is basically, from what was described in Disney's terms, a building that could potentially be a restaurant, a merchandise area, or a character meet and greet area, depending on the day's needs. They are basically going to be opening up the building by adding a bunch of windows to the front, so that way you can see both in and out of the building during your time at the park. Ever since the inception of the Magic Band at Walt Disney World, people have been crazy over them. And that is probably part of the reason why they are releasing 3 in the month of March. The first one that they are releasing is called the Meet Me at the Purple Wall Magic Band. And it is the same color as the purple wall in Tomorrowland that has become famous for basically being used as a backdrop for selfies on Instagram, Twitter, etc. It's basically a famous wall now because of people posting pictures with this wall in Magic Kingdom at Tomorrowland. And another Magic Band is the Star Wars Gray Magic Band, and it's going to feature symbols from the Rebel Alliance, Galactic Empire. it's going to come out on March the 12th online, and then March the 16th at retailers at Walt Disney World. And it will be limited release. So you'll want to get that if you're super into Star Wars and super into magic bands. The last one that they are releasing in the month of March comes out on March the 21st. And it is the exclusive Animal Kingdom Magic Band, which is honoring the 20th anniversary of Animal Kingdom. It can only be bought in the Animal Kingdom park, and they will only have 2,000 of these magic bands. So if you're a magic band collector, specifically for ones that honor anniversaries, then you are definitely going to want to get this magic band. It comes in a pretty cool box, and it also features some of the animals that you can see in Disney's Animal Kingdom. Let's hop overseas for a minute and discuss Disneyland Paris. They are going to be undergoing a multi-year transformation that is going to begin rolling out its first phases in 2021. According to CEO Bob Iger, this is going to be a €2 billion expansion at Walt Disney Studios Park, and it is going to basically add 3 areas onto the park, and they are going to be based on Frozen, Star Wars, and Marvel. Could there be potential for a Black Panther attraction already at one of the Disney parks? When he was asked about the success of the Black Panther Marvel Studios movie, Bob Iger said, and I quote, "No, we haven't had a chance to build a ride, though I'm sure there are people who are working on it." Bob, you don't know if your Imagineers are or are not working on a Black Panther ride? I think he's just teasing us, personally. However, that would be pretty excellent. I have not yet personally seen Black Panther, but I do plan to, and I have heard excellent things about that movie. He did say that at Disneyland, the wait for the Black Panther meet and greet has been up to an hour long on some days. The second to last bit of information that is exciting, and I'm sure everyone will feel the same way, is that you can now view the Disney parks in America. So that would be Walt Disney World and Disneyland, as well as Disney's California Adventure, with the Google Street View capabilities. So if you are being hit with the Disney bug, you could get on Main Street USA and look at the castle from your computer or your phone, whichever way that you want to use Google Street View. I think that that's pretty cool. That's a pretty good way to keep us all happy when we are stuck with the winter blues and missing Disney and just counting down the days until our next trip. But I don't know, I think that the technology is pretty cool, and I'm glad that we are finally able to see at least the American Disney parks with this technology. So you guys will learn from watching my channel that I am super into theme parks and other locations, but it started with theme parks that are abandoned. And this includes places such as Jazzland, which is also called Six Flags New Orleans, Land of Oz. I can't think of any others off the top of my head besides Discovery Island and River Country at Walt Disney World. Now, I have personally tried to catch glimpses of both of these places during my trips to Walt Disney World. I've never been as brave as some YouTubers who actually venture into these places. Like, that's crazy. I would never do anything that isn't actually allowed, especially if it's going to potentially get me banned from my favorite parks. Like, that sounds crazy to me. However, I have been keeping up with the story of River Country for several years now, and River Country actually opened in June of 1976, and it closed for the final time on September 1st, 2002. And part of the reason most people believe it was closed is because of some water amoeba, and that's just probably not true at all. Another reason why people think it may have closed was due to financial reasons. You also have that the other 2 water parks at Disney had already been created, and they were doing pretty well. You really only had traffic from Fort Wilderness, which is located in close proximity to River Country. But anyway, the important part of this, I don't need to go into the story of River Country. If you guys want to learn about that and you're interested in that, you can look it up on YouTube. You will find all kinds of good stuff, including if you look up specifically videos by Bright Sun Films. He has done updates each year for like the last 3 years or so, specifically about River Country, and it's crazy to see how much it's gone down in a year, and then another year, and then another year. And sometimes I will pull up like the satellite view on Google and look at it, and it's crazy. It is just crazy. But you can see that they have been out there. They've been doing some kind of work. They may have added a fence, or they took out this rock or that rock. Even on the satellite view, you can see stuff like that. Things have changed. One time I looked at satellite view and there was a truck driving through River Country. Obviously not like through where the water was, but one thing that I noticed watching the Bright Sun Films videos was that last summer with the whole Zika virus thing going down, they had filled an empty pool with sand or dirt, probably dirt. They had totally filled it with dirt in order to combat the standing water that could potentially, harbor mosquitoes that carried the Zika virus, especially being in Florida and, that whole thing. I'm glad that Disney took the measures to do that when a lot of people don't even realize that River Country exists, let alone that it is still standing as it was the day that it closed. I mean, I can't say as it was, but it has been allowed to sit there and rot. Anyway, moving on. So on March the 5th, which was yesterday, permits were filed by Disney to conduct a geotechnical investigation to assess the suitability of subsurface soils. And basically, that means they're evaluating soil conditions. And to me, that says that they are going to potentially, if the soil conditions are good enough, build something. This to me says that this is the beginning stages of a future development. And so if they are building something at River Country, that would be incredible. One, because you just don't want to see abandoned places at Disney. And two, because like the whole look of the area of Fort Wilderness and River Country is really cool. And it's kind of a bummer that there's just something sitting behind a fence rotting. A lot of people are already speculating that it could be a Disney Vacation Club, Fort Wilderness-y type cabins or something of that nature. Which, I mean, it could be that. It could be another resort. It could be another kind of park or something. I don't know. I don't know what I think it is. I just know that that would be really cool if they did. So I'm definitely going to keep you guys updated on that portion of the story if I hear anything further. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you joining me for this additional video today and these Disney park updates. Keep a lookout for more. Hopefully, I will be actually waiting until April the 1st to put out my next park update video. But if there are a whole bunch of updates in the next couple weeks, I'll probably do it sooner. Thank you guys so much. Bye.